Alright, welcome back to the Evenicle crew. We're about to go to the next door. Huh? The door on the opposite side of the room shifted with a muffled sound. Alex, look! This passage leads directly to the sealed dungeon. Nice! It looks like we found a shortcut to the cave's entrance. Let's check this terminal and then make sure the door doesn't close anymore. But the other one is still locked. Any idea how to open it? Something's making a lot of noise from the other side. It's probably a bunch of monsters. We can think about that later. Let's take a look at the data in this terminal first. This thing doesn't have much charge left. Charo passed her center fingers in the monitor and displayed a long series of words. Our dear Vixen is going on a rampage and she's not showing any signs of stopping. After gaining absolute rule on the settlement, EPT used her people as guinea pigs for her experiments. It seems that her ultimate goal must be the creation of a new species. Fortunately, all her experiments have produced only miserable failures so far. No matter how many times she grows her copies, they never work as she wishes. Wait, what? Copies? Do you think that he's talking about her having kids or something like that? Judging from the samples, EPT may have found a way to produce perfect copies of her own body. Huh? Would that even be possible? In theory, yeah. My Gramps and his friends discovered a way to artificially grow cells and tissues in a lab. Scaling up the process could let you create a perfect replica of your own body. Although no one has ever attempted to do that, from what I know. Really? How come nobody has ever checked if that is possible? I mean, it sounds like it would be useful to help people with disabilities. Imagine seeing an empty body with no soul, identical to yourself. Would you want to see that? No, that would be way too disturbing. That's terrible. It would be like trying to usurp the Holy Mother's role. Yeah, I'm sure that most people may find the idea blasphemous. Pretty much. And that's why no one has ever attempted to go ahead with this research. But you know, whoever worked here clearly wasn't of the same opinion. We have developed a technology that let us copy monsters as well. The process is more straightforward in their case, since they are pure lumps of spiritual desire with no will. Wild monsters are created by human desire extracted by the prayer system of the churches. I knew it! That system was just too good to be true! Who knows how many monsters you've generated with those pink clouds you let out all the time. Oh, don't worry, I create girls. I'm sure I've only given birth to a cute can or two. And they grow up so fast. And hey, it's not just me! People pray at the churches all the time. We have studied the process and recreated it to copy all the monsters we need. We can finally produce all the Aiden's blood we require for our experiments. So they're making monsters in here. Then, the monsters attacking Buddha could be! Yes, they must have been created somewhere in the structure. The copies of that Vixen continue being empty vessels with no soul. This disposal room stands as a testament to her failures. And yet, the woman from the scrap abyss helped our Vixen achieve a remarkable breakthrough. She proposed to let her use parts of her bile-tempered body for her experiments. I had decided to investigate and ask her more about her incredible physique. She claimed to have survived the scrap abyss by fighting until the very end against her flesh and blood. What a mysterious woman. She finds joy in calling herself the individual who sows the seeds of conflict. That's gotta be Ramius' mom. Thanks to our contributions, our Vixen was finally able to create living copies of herself. Even so, they are mere breeding clumps of flesh with no reason. Their bodies move without following any logic. Like zombies, they simply shuffle around and follow their most primordial instincts. They're hardly any different from gruesome dolls or simple monsters. In her wish to usurp Mother Eve, Irvixen only accomplished to emulate Aiden. And yet, it must be said that she generally achieved an astonishing result. It's out of power. At least now we know that the source of the monsters must be somewhere in the structure. Want to bet it's inside that locked room? Alex and the girl silently stares at the unmoving door near them. Eee! I knew it! My attack didn't even leave a scratch! This door looks different from the other ones. Yeah, I think you're right. Alex looked at the door and noticed a hand-shaped cavity on its surface. What's that? I think you should place your hand over there to open the door, maybe? Yuriki placed her fingers in the familiar outline, but nothing happened. Oh no! What should we do? If we can't get in, Lady Masquerade will eventually... We could ask a certain someone if she knows how to open this door. Ha! No way is Epidie going to tell us. There's another person who used to be part of Ixtab. The Dark Brat! And she should be in her cell in the Great Stockades. We could ask Sparry if we can have a chat with her. Alright, let's make a quick stop in Utsushia. Alex and his wife headed back to Utsushia to ask the Duchess if they could see Ende. A new lecturer is available at home. Ixtab. Huh? This door opened without a problem. Looks like it's connected to the sealed dungeon. Which means that we opened a new passage leading directly into this laboratory. What about the other entrance we came from then? Maybe that was the back door? I guess it could have been an emergency exit or something. Charles placed a rug between the wall and the door to make sure it wouldn't close anymore. There you go. Now we can use it whenever we want. Alex and his wife opened a shortcut to the Institute's laboratories. Oh! God damn it. There you go. Oh, Alex is ready for a level up. I'll teleport elsewhere, actually. It looks like a deck, by the way. Kind of with your balls. Are there any new wife? No. Let's rest, everybody. Yeah. I don't know. Hey, Ipia! Awesome. Alright, let's get the lecture out of the way, and then we can go and ask about Ende. Here. My brain is not working. Ixtab. On a foggy morning, after Alex and his wives had explored the Ixtab settlement and learned about its origins. What's wrong, Yuragi? It's not like you to leave leftovers. Yes, I'm terribly sorry. It's just... Yuragi assumed staring at the spaghetti covered in red ketchup sauce in front of her. Okay? Apparently the recipe was the latest of Alex's brilliant creations. Are you still thinking about what we discovered in Ixtab settlement? I guess it must have been a real shock for you? No, that's not it. Or that's what I do like to say. Yes, I can't stop mulling over it. You shouldn't think too hard about it. That was just Ixtab's side of the story. Yeah, Fatma didn't get what was going on at all. No wonder. We were surprised with a bunch of crazy revelations in one go. Yeah? I've only heard bits and pieces, so I have no idea what the big deal is. Maybe we should go over what we learned one more time? Good idea! I'm sure that will help sort out our thoughts. Cheryl wiped the ketchup sauce from their mouth and produced a small notebook. Let's start with the feats accomplished by the Holy Knight and the High Saint. According to what we've read, they rewrote the rules of our world with one of Mother Eve's ceremonies. Personally, I think that this part of the story must be true. Yeah, same here. They used one of our rituals to obtain the use of skills and spells. There's no doubt about that. And items stuff. But the shocking part comes next. The records state that the Holy Knight abandoned the High Saint after obtaining his endless skills. Yeah. Maybe the old inhabitants of Ixtab settlement had a hand in it. What if they suddenly decided to banish the Holy Knight from their community? That's an interesting theory. But actually, do you think they could have forcibly banished someone that strong against his will? Right. Good point. Well, we don't have many details on that part, so let's keep your theory in mind. Charles watched the rest of her family nod in consent and continued with her lecture. Anyway, after the Holy Knight abandoned the High Saint underground for an unknown reason, it seems that the descendants of the locals started worshipping her. Well, she was abandoned there just like they were. I guess they were happy to take her in. Yeah, Jen said that only outcasts lived there. Yeah, that's so sad. Yes, they had been ostracized by their old society. And so, they organized as a community of people who had been abandoned by their peers. No wonder they decided to stay underground and forget about the surface. And the presence of the Scrap Abyss gave them the chance to study many relics from the barbaric era. Judging from what we've seen, they were living decently enough. Yeah, they managed to build a whole town underground. An underground town? No way. You're kidding, right? Not at all. We saw several houses where the locals must have lived. Yoragi looked relieved by the realization that Ixtab's people had lived somewhat comfortably. But in the end, they still were a closed community with a limited number of people. I'm not sure if they simply didn't care or their birth rate had plummeted, but it seems that the locals were having sex with multiple people, breaking Mother Eve's law. Which means that everyone without skills became an outlaw and received the Black Ring. Scary. I mean, the Poppins are total perverts, but even they wouldn't dare go against Mother Eve's law. Yeah, the curse that comes with the Black Ring is basically a death sentence. And yet it seems that the High Saint cared for all of the locals, even those who had become outlaws. She must have been an exceptionally pious and compassionate woman. Yeah, but at that point she had already fused with the Dark Fiend to obtain the power for the ritual. Thinking about it, I believe the records tried to imply that was the reason the Holy Knight abandoned her. That sounds like the view of a group that clearly wanted to take the High Saint's side. Good point. We should take this part at face value. We don't fully grasp the extent of their relationship after all. Yeah. Anyway, the next record reported that the High Saint had started working to stop the Holy Knight. They claimed they had become a tyrant who ruled over humanity thanks to the power of his endless skills. And the underground people knew what was going on outside because of the Horus. They could pass through the seal because they came from space and weren't bound to our world's rules. Honestly, I'm not sure why QD just let them do that. I get the feeling she just sealed the whole place and then completely forgot about it. Mom always says that she's sketchy like that. Yeah, I read that too somewhere. Knowing that the Queen of Dragons can be that much of a klutz is a little scary. Maybe she's gonna forget something really important one day and let the world blow up? That's a possibility. I don't wanna die because of such a stupid reason! Oh, come on, the legendary QD can't be that much of an idiot. We'll see. You know, maybe? Fool. I'm sure that we're worrying for nothing. Amelia's annoyance helped everyone to see the heavy topic from a more lighthearted point of view. Wow, she instantly cleared the depressing atmosphere with a single comment. Amelia's manipulative abilities sure are something, but I'm not sure she even realizes what she's doing. Anyway, to get back on topic, we're at the important part. I'm referring to the actions Ixtab took to stop the Holy Knight's tyrannical rule. The records said that she unleashed the hero syndrome to stop his progeny from abusing their powers. Do you think that could be true? Yeah, there's no doubt. Even Paulus confirmed it in his notes, and he was her direct descendant. Wait. So the Holy Knight was the bad guy all along? Maybe, but we can't be absolutely sure about that. After all, there's no mention of his tyrannical rule and the version of history taught in modern schools. But, I guess that a tyrant with absolute authority could have the power to rewrite history to his liking. Then, was he a good person or an evil ruler? Maybe both interpretations are wrong and what really happened was something completely different. We don't have enough details to unravel this mystery. Try not to think too hard about it. Alex and the girls turned towards Charles and nodded in agreement with her. At least we've learned about Ixtab's origins and their interpretation of our past. Maybe we could solve this mystery if we learned the Holy Knight's side of the story. And the Evenicle only tells us what is commonly taught in schools. Thinking about it, do we even know who wrote it? It is said that QT herself wrote the Evenicle, at least up to the disappearance of Mother Eve. The tales after that were written by the old saints of the church. I'm surprised she was not lazy to write the book, honestly. And that's why we can't be sure that the records about the Holy Knight haven't been tampered with. The interpretation of the author that documented the Holy Knight's actions could be wrong as well. But I'm sure that the Saints would never write their own personal opinions in the book. Do you think we could take a look at the original? I doubt it. It's closely guarded by the church. And the only copy is in the hands of the royal family, so we could ask Masquerade if she knows anything about it. I wonder. I remember hearing that even she was forbidden from reading the original. No way? They even won't let the top representative of the church touch it? I bet 10 gold that QT had a hand in that. Yes. She said that only dragons ready to accept the consequences of siding with humanity should read it. No wonder that Saint Masquerade preferred to leave it at that. Is the real version of the Evenicle a straight copy of the original? I bet they said that she read about the horror statues in the book, but I don't remember hearing about them. Yes, that passage must be from the Evenicle's Apocrypha. What's that? There are records that weren't transcribed in the version of the Evenicle found in bookstores. Like those big books that Patna always finds in the drawers of the rooms we stay in? Yeah, that's a modern, simplified version of the Evenicle. It's a revised and abridged version of the original. Apparently, the modern translation was created at Lady Masquerade's request. She asked a very pious and famous sister to transcribe it from the original, but she died several years ago. It's crazy how that book has the power to make me instantly fall asleep. Me too. High five. It doesn't even have a single picture in it. It's so boring. I've heard Alex say something similar before. Looks like you two are made for each other. Yeah, our bodies are pretty compatible. Shut it, you! It's like that sniper wolf and the guy thing. You're the only one thinking that. Alex looked at Amelia with a smile while pretending to have missed her comment. Anyway, I'm just glad that we could shed some light on Ixtab's origins. Yeah, but there are so many mysteries that we still need to solve. Speaking of that, Yuragi stopped the 4 kV spaghetti right in front of her mouth. I wonder if pilots led us to Ixtab's ailment on purpose. Yeah, that could be the case. But there was a woman inside the armor? And it seems that the real pilot died and was cremated several years ago. Maybe the pilot we met was a clone? Just like Enda. Besides, the mysterious woman that came from the scrap abyss must have had a hand in this mess. Yeah, it sounded like the plan to instigate a new war in our world was initially her idea. We couldn't find her name anywhere. I wonder who she was. That's definitely gotta be Ramesses' mother. And given that Deputy is the only female member of the royal court, maybe she's not with Ixtab anymore? Who's hungry? The hungry groan of a starving stomach suddenly resonated in the room, as if to end the conversation. I'm terribly sorry. Looks like all this talking made you work up an appetite. We still have lots of pasta left. Want some more? Yes, thank you very much. Actually, I want seconds too. Same here. What do we have for dessert today? Sis! You've just finished your spaghetti! Do elf-skill users always eat so much? No worries, I made you girls some fruit jellies today. Yay! Yay! Jellies! I guess that you won't want yours, Amelia. Give it back, that's mine! I always have more room for sweet stuff. Alex noticed that his wives had returned to their usual cheerfulness and served them the next dish with a smile. I'm so gonna regret eating this. Don't. Just enjoy yourself. Also, we can finally buy... can we buy stuff? I have almost 1,000 gold. So... Mama? Which mark? 38,000, 36,000, yep. Extra defense and magical resistance, and extra HP and defense. Yes, please. Alexima! Nothing makes me happier than seeing that you are doing well. Alex and his wife had returned to Tsuchiya to meet with Spartan. May I ask you how the situation is on the Holy Continent? The cities of Dali and Lama are relatively safe, but Lady Masquerade is fighting day and night to protect Buddha from a horde of monsters. Lady Masquerade, that is indeed grave news. It's only a matter of time before the city falls. There's no time to waste. We are thinking about sending our sentries to the Holy Continent in an attempt to provide aid. I shall make sure that this proposal becomes a reality as soon as possible. Forget about that. The whole continent is infested by a species of parasitic fungi known as PPshrooms. The expedition would only get your men infected. Alex and the girls told Spartan about what they had discovered in Ixtab's settlement. Such a terrifying propagation power. Thankfully, you were there to help everyone, Alexima. And I am even happier to see that none of you have been infested by the mushrooms. Ah, now that you make me think about it, that's pretty strange. Maybe it was thanks to your skill, Medica, but none of us got infected. Maybe we have some kind of lingering protection from all the times that Alex has treated us with Medica? Nah, there must be a different explanation. Yeah, it's strange. No matter how much we traveled outside the cities, none of us got infested. Maybe it's because we're properly washing our hands? But we still catch new diseases from time to time. Wait, remember when we found the remains of those people that had been killed by the infested? So those poor souls were still healthy at the time of their deaths. What do you think that could have protected them from the cockshroom spores? What if it was because they ate those yummy Hanama noodles? You know? That could be the case. Yeah, sorry, that was silly. No. Butna, you're a genius! Way! Think about it. We had them right after landing at the Holy Continent. How are they cooked again? Hanama noodles are grilled over the remains of a dead Hani. This disgusting cooking method grants them a unique acidity that blends perfectly with the sweet sauce. And... oh, I'm hungry. Okay, we get it. They're prepared on a piece of Hanama, so we temporarily gained some of their magical resistance. Seriously? Are you telling me that those idiotic potteries are finally useful for something? I'm not sure how to put it, but that pisses me off. Yeah, I know. It's annoying that we have to rely on them. Then, if we captured some Hanama alive and brought them with us during the voyage to the Holy Continent, I wouldn't wish something like that even upon my worst enemy. Please wait before sending reinforcements, at least for now. Yes, I understand. Anyway, there's something else we wanted to discuss with you. We need to talk with Andy. Of course, that won't be a problem. How is she doing? I have received the word that she has been behaving like a model inmate since your last meeting. Wow! She spends most of her time meditating in a cell by herself. Huh, that's good to hear. Let's go to the Great Saccades and see her right away. I understand. Please let me accompany you. Alex and the girls headed for the Great Saccades to have a chat with Andy. Do you need something? Alex and the girls arrived in the Great Saccades and noticed that Andy had been escorted to the entrance. You sure it's okay to bring an inmate so close to the exit? Yes, she has never created problems since she was incarcerated here. And the warden said that it makes them sad to see such a cute girl always bound in chains. Kinkily. Spartan gave a resolute nod as the other members of her family let out a languished sigh. Dark Brad, you look well now. Somehow. Did you find an answer to all the questions that were troubling you? No, but since we had schmecks, I feel refreshed, like I finally woke up from a terrible nightmare. I'm glad. I wondered if Alex's Medica had an effect on your mental state. But I didn't use Medica when we were doing it. So, what do you need? We found this ship's old HQ, but we can't get past the door in Epid's laboratory. Could you give us a hand with that? Sort of literally, actually? A door in my sister's... Epid's laboratory? The one with the hand? Only Epid can open it. You need her magical signature to disengage the security system. Right. And Alex said that everyone has their own unique signature. Crap, so we're stuck. Then we should stop whatever is spreading the spores and then help Lady Masquerade. Yeah. And they gave the Alex's worried expression and murmured something with their usual monotone voice. But I can open it. Probably. Really? Yes, I don't tell lies. The Dark Brat really changed. She's not getting angry at all now. Fatna's sure we can trust her. That's because I became an adult. And I don't care what you call me anymore. Well, if Fatna says we can trust her, maybe we could bring her with us. I doubt that Spartan could just let her walk away like this. Alexima, this is clearly an emergency. I shall release Ende on ducal parole. Please take her to the Holy Continent with you. Really? Yes, we will reduce her sentence in exchange for the help she shall provide in defeating Ixtab. Still, I must admit that her trial isn't over yet, so I am making this decision by my own authority. But that means that she do basically be free, right? Which means that she'll need a place to stay! Oh, and we know just the right place, right Alex? Maybe we could let her sleep in one of the rooms at our place? Yes! I wouldn't want her to have problems with finding a residence. Very well. We shall register her as a member of Alex's family. Please remember to contact the Clarkian authorities if she will be away from home for an extended time. Got it. Thanks, Spartan. I don't know what we'd do without you. Please, I'm simply trying to be of use to my husband. Careful. If someone heard you say that, they could claim you're abusing your authority. In exchange, I can't say that I'm against receiving a quick and definitely not a vicious hug. That's it? You're satisfied with a simple hug? And here I was hoping you do ask for something more. Anyway, come here. Squeeze! Oh! Alex, not in front of everyone. And yeah, this is bliss. This is supreme bliss. Alright, let's go. Alex let the twitching Spartan go from his embrace and headed back to Ixtab's settlement with Andy. Alright, sure, come here and sit down on the medical bed. Honey ho! She hasn't said anything else for a while now. She probably had a relapse. And she doesn't want to let go of the fork she used for lunch? I do better hurry up and carry her. Alex gives us his vibe with a worried look and then closed his eyes. Here it comes! Medica! Yeah! Howdy-o! Yeah, but there's no voice. God damn it. For me to laugh at and be criticized by it. I feel like I just woke up from a terrible nightmare. What kind of disease did Charles catch this time? She's got a bad case of the honey-ho disease. Even the disease is named after the cry of a honey? Can we even call that annoying sound their cry? I mean, they can talk without any problem. Anyway, this disease boosts the patient's mag resistance, but as you may have noticed, it also causes them to talk like a honey by involuntarily saying honey-ho or aya, which I haven't heard of in battles. At least that boost to my mag resistance may come in handy in battle. True, but worsening of the symptoms may eventually transform you into a real honey. I know it! You'll become cylindrical and... No! So yeah, the disease might have originated from a curse, or by coming in contact with a real honey. It's not contagious, so the rest of us should be safe. But why me? Couldn't Jiraki have got this disease instead? I think I might. I might have decided to shatter myself if that happened to me. So, what kind of material do we need for our eradication treatment? A strand of honey killer grass? Please tell me that the only way to obtain it is to shatter 1,000 honey's. Yuraki really does like honey's. Now water. They're very indecent and rude. I remember hearing that honey killer grass grows in the eye of a honey-shaped landmass. So it's just a type of weed. Yeah, apparently it gives off a smell that honeys can't stand. That sounds very useful. We should bring some home with us. Yeah, we could make use of it since it's widely used as a repellent against honeys. So we have to look for the eye of a honey-shaped landmass. Got it. This one won't be too hard. Alex analyzed Charles' honey-ho disease and learned about its symptoms and eradication treatment. Here, Platana. Come sit at the medical bed for a moment. Ah! Alex, you aren't scared at all! Platna got tricked! Looks like she's having another relapse. Platna isn't sick, so she's going home. Hold on a minute. Okay, I'll admit it. It was an excuse to spend some time alone with you. You're giving such a irresistibly mature charm lately that I couldn't help myself. Platna is irresistibly mature? Yep, that's right. Could you forgive your love-struck husband and stay with him for a bit? But what about the others? I really want to spend some time alone with you, Platna. Very well. Platna forgives you. You can do as you please. Why, thank you, my lady. Alex knelt in front of the girl and gently grabbed one of her hands. Surprise, Medica! I'm sorry, Plex. I mean, I didn't lie exactly. How are you feeling? Huh? Don't tell me. It had no effect? Wait, what? I didn't know Medica could fail. It did be the first time that's ever happened. No. Platna's feeling much better. You had such a serious expression that I thought it didn't work. Platna's attitude was very bad. Sorry. What? Well, you're worrying about that stuff? No worries, we know it wasn't your fault. Yes, and more than that, we're just glad to have our cheerful Platna back. You like you patted the blonde girl's head and washed her hands her back with a big smile. So what kind of disease did she catch? It shouldn't be a strain C. Oh. Strain C? What does the C stand for? C for conceited. What does conceited mean? Excessively proud of oneself. Ah, okay. It inflates the patient's ego, causing them to act like they're the most important person in the world. I see. So that's why she was behaving like that. Yeah, that's very embarrassing. Actually, I think it was somewhat cute. And at least it's not a dangerous disease. And that's where you're wrong. The infected individual may eventually refuse to eat anything but top-class dishes. But what if Platna gets hungry? And what's a quick snack? It's a big problem. It may even lead to death by malnourishment since the patient won't be able to eat anymore. We need to treat Platna right away. What do we need this time? Apparently we need to find a pair of adorbs? Adorbs, huh? Adorbs? It must be something adorable. No wonder it do work on a girl affected by this strain of the Chunbia. What are you even talking about? It's just a brown drug found in the Holy Continent. And how are you going to eat that? Just wait and see. I remember reading that the pilgrims usually spot them on the road to Buddha. Let's go look for them right away then. Alex analyzed Platna's Chunbia strain C and learned about its symptoms and eradication treatment. Awesome. After that, I'm gonna peace out and get some pizza for myself. I'm hungry. And I know I'm not being helped. I know.